Good. Okay, everyone, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting agenda of the Township of Lyon Board of Trustees. It is Monday, March 6, 2023, 7 o'clock. We could all please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. April, would you please let the record show that we are all present?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to move on to the approval of the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as submitted.
I'll support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're going to move on to the approval of the agenda. I do have one item I'd like to add as D. It will be a discussion for some purchase of new equipment, and I hope everyone will be okay with that.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda as amended, adding discussion new equipment as item 10D.
I'll support.
Support Patty?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're going to move on. Announcements and communications. We do have an announcement, I know, from Leslie on a grant that we're applying for. And Leslie, do you want to kind of explain what we're doing there?
Yes. John and I have been working on submitting the Southeast Ring Road as well as the new Hudson Drain improvements to Congresswoman Slotkin's office for consideration for fiscal year funding for 2024. In addition to Congresswoman Slotkin's office, we've also reached out to Debbie Stavenaw's office because both sides get to submit local projects for funding, so we're going to submit to both. So we'll keep you posted. The first segment is due this Thursday, so we've already worked on that today, and it's going to be submitted tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a good job. You're doing a very, very good job on that. And it was kind of quick. We had to turn it around kind of quick. So.
Yep. So we'll keep you posted if the projects are selected to move forward.
Okay. Any other announcements?
I do.
Go ahead.
I just want to make everybody aware that if you are in Lyon Township Precinct 7, on May 2nd, we will be having a Northville election for a bond proposal, Northville Schools. So only Precinct 7 will be voting. If you have not received your absentee ballot and would like them, or your application, I'm sorry, the ballots are not available, your application from our office, please give us a call if you are in Precinct 7 in Northville Schools.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Anyone else?
I do.
Go ahead.
I just want to let you know that the regular tax season is over as of March 1st. So if you fail to pay your taxes on time to the township, you must contact for the whole month of March Lyon Township to get a revised bill that will actually get mailed to Oakland County with your payment. So that is only for the month of March, and then after that you have to deal directly with Oakland County. So I hope everybody paid their taxes. So that's my announcement.
Okay, thanks. Anyone else? All right, seeing none, we're going to move to call to the public, where you can stand up and talk about non-agenda related items. Please limit your time to 3 minutes and give your name and address for the record. Okay, seeing none, we're going to close call to the public, move on to reports. Amy, DDA's up first.
Well, hello, everyone. Just a few updates. I did hand out a director's report to go with your packets tonight, but currently we are working on updating the user agreement for Inspiration Park for our 2023 events. That's the green space in front of New Hudson United Methodist Church that the DDA is utilizing for some special events together with them. We're also working on the special events applications to turn into the township to coverage. We are participating in some South Lyon Cable Access Channel interviews that are promoting the DDA events, so we're on a rotation there. We participate about once every 2 or 3 months in those interviews. We had one that just took place a couple weeks ago. And we are continuing the process of developing some parking lot area in the downtown district. We hope to have an update in the next couple of months on some finalized plans for that. I'm happy to announce that our Music on the Grand Summer Concert Series is full with presenting sponsors. This year, we have Zott Auto Group, Heinz Park Ford is sponsoring 2 nights, South Lion Fence, Aero Design Services, and New Hudson Inn are our presenting sponsors for all of those concerts. We also initiated an annual sponsorship program, and I believe copies of that flyer were attached in all of your packets, too. We're looking for local businesses to help sponsor. In return, they're getting signage at any event that's happening at Inspiration Park this year. They'll get a social media highlight and recognition. Right now, we have currently Brian Gutierrez, Keller Williams Real Estate, the Learning Tree Child Care Center, Tyrell Electric Contracting, Mitten Animal Hospital, Level 1 HVAC Services, and Pro Lighting have all signed on to be annual sponsors for DDA events. And I'll be updating you each month with the new ones that sign on. And then lastly, I wanted to make you aware of a big project that we have coming up this summer. That's going to be a new first-time project for us. We're hosting our first volunteer appreciation event this summer. It's going to take part in conjunction with one of our Music on the Grand events. It'll be on July 19th. We'll be contacting all of the individuals that volunteered at a 2022 DDA event, inviting them out, providing them with a picnic dinner. We're having a Beatles tribute band called Toppermost will be performing that night. We also worked on securing a RAP grant through Oakland County, so we're going to be having inflatables, a bubble zone area, tie-dye area, a giant coloring mural, and a giant interactive bingo game that'll be available for all the families, and each of the volunteers will be getting a certificate of appreciation and a goodie bag with some fun materials in it. So we're looking for a big event that night, so we're really happy to be able to do that, and hopefully it'll help us kickstart our volunteer recognition program and get more people involved in the future. So that's all I have.
Good.
Any questions?
Sounds like fun.
Thank you.
Any questions for Amy? All right, we're going to move on to the fire chief.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ken.
Excited tonight to announce that we are getting our full-time staffing back up to where it should be. A lot of that is because of the voters approving the millage and the support of this board. So we have 2 new firefighters that we've got the list down to 2 firefighters, and we are looking to bring them on board in March. That will bring us to our full staffing. Tonight, we have an even more exciting event, and that is just bringing on 3 new firefighters. New, I say. They've been internal. They've been with our department, some for quite a long time, and so I would like to actually have their badges pinned tonight and introduce you to our newest full-time firefighters. And I'll start with Ronnie Young. So before tonight's meeting, all 3 of these firefighters were sworn in and are officially here with the township. So this is Ronald Young,
Hi.
commonly known as Ronnie. His mother, Janice, is right here. His brother, Assistant Chief Reginald Madeline, will be pinning his badge tonight. Reggie?
All right.
Oliver Sturos recently, in 22, completed both the EMT program and the Fire Academy, and his father, our own Captain Nate Sturos, will be pinning his badge.
Oh, nice.
Okay, sensing a theme here.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh.
And finally, not one of our new timers, but somebody that's been here for a long time, and he's just always stepped up. When we were going through all the COVID, we were dealing with all kinds of staffing issues, and he just always didn't have to ask him twice. He always stepped up and stepped up for this community, and it was right in front of our face that this is the next captain, and that's why I'd like to introduce Kelly Blades as our newest captain, and Trustee Lisa Blades will pin his badge.
I won't hurt you.
It really works out well. It seems like when we bring them up in our system and then are able to reward them full-time. And these three are examples of that. And that concludes my report.
Well, I said it before, Ken, or Chief, and I'll say it again. Hiring within is the only way to do it if possible. I mean, these guys have been around our township for so long. They've guarded it for so long. They've done such a tremendous job. We are so proud of them, and we always will be proud of them. And thank you all, and welcome to Lyon Township's full-time staff. We're very proud to have you all. Thank you. All right. Lieutenant?
Where's the dog? Oh, sorry.
Stop issues with that dog every
It
time.
just makes me laugh. I'm crying and laughing at the same time.
I'm not.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I furnished a copy of the tri-annual report. Are there any questions? Perfect. Just for perspective, I'd like to go over some numbers. So last year, in January of 2022, we did 944 calls for service, and in February we did 810 calls for service. So far this year, in January we were at 1,932, in February we're at 1,849. So as we like to say in the business good. We're working for you. All right. Oh. Next up, the speed signs that you were so graciously allowed us to purchase. I did order those about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I spoke with a vendor today. They said they should be in by the end of next week. So, Mr. Cruz, we'll have some more technology to help aid with all these issues of speeding and complaints. Let's see here. And lastly, we have a drone here in the township now, finally. No dog, but we have a drone. A little bit about this drone. It will only be deployed for search and rescue issues, but again, it's another law enforcement tool. When we have people with dementia that kind of get away from home, we can deploy the drone. It's good for up to a quarter-mile range, and it has a thermal imaging, so it'll help us out when it's dark. It's a really good tool. And also, they made available for us a larger drone. If the township has an event and would like a drone, I can simply make a request. So if you have something coming up where we need some pictures, some aerial photos, we can do so.
Kite Fest coming up.
Yeah, but the same, we can't do any kind of surveillance or monitoring with them. We need search warrants, but just for events over township property, and we're good to go. All right, and that concludes my report. Any
Well,
questions?
we could call it a service drone, and you could fly it around the windows and let it look in.
Yeah.
That'll calm everybody down.
I'm working on the dog. I'm working so hard. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Any questions for Lieutenant? Okay. Thanks. All right, moving on, Planning Commission.
Okay. We only had one meeting in February. It was Monday, February 13th. Most of it was just text amendments. We had the architectural design standards, which we are scheduling a public hearing along with the landscape standards for tall buildings, that text amendment. We also had a discussion and a possible public hearing, but we're going to bring back the accessory structure amendment, text amendment. We're still working on it. And we also have the permitted use table text amendment. It's quite detailed, so we're still working on that, and that will be ongoing for a while. We only had one possible case for February 27th, but we were short some planning commissioners, so we actually canceled that. So that's my report.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay. All right, Lisa.
Well, there was no meeting, I know, and we have passed the opportunity for a public hearing for the ZBA meeting in March, but Catherine DeRocher sent us an email that said she's still waiting to hear from an applicant who had an item tabled, and she has not officially canceled that meeting yet, but...
Wow, that's the loneliest board in town.
I know.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, moving on to buildings. Dave, anything for us?
Yeah, so we had a couple of buildings that closed out, got their final C of Os this year. So the GR West down there on Freedom Drive, they got their final C of O down there. They got two businesses up and running in there. One of them's Harrigan, which is a flooring company, commercial flooring, and then the digital room. When they do, I walked through there. They do huge posters or printouts and stuff. It was pretty neat to see what they do in there. And then across the street from there, the GR East is a shell building, which is pretty close to being finished out. They don't have a business in there, but it seems like a Quadrant is pretty good at filling these buildings up. So, and then another one was a Watermark. That was the final building of 19. They got through all their fire requirements, so they got their final C of O on building 19. So we're pretty much done over there, and I think the ADA handicap was a hold up over there also, and I think they resolved that problem. So also we had two permits that are going out this week to the IXL Learning Center. They got through the daycare center. They got through the health department requirements, and so they'll be able to get theirs. And also the Learning Tree down there at Silver Lake and Pontiac Trail. They're very, very close to getting. They made a few revisions, and after those are taken care of, and I think that's going to happen real soon. The other thing that's a little exciting is we had a meeting with Milford Building Department over there to see how we were going to process all the permitting that we're going to be responsible for on the water end of it, as far as the connections and stuff like that, and they're ready to go with 4. That was a week and a half ago, and I think they got 4 more permits ready to go, but they know that they won't be able to do anything until that loop is completed. The fire hydrants are up and running over there for them and that, so that's going to work out pretty good for everybody, I think, in that. So that's pretty much it on the commercial end. So, and just so you know, last February we gave out 20 C of Os on new homes, and I think we looked at February and we were at February was 16, and that was January was 20. So and that's where we're at. It's still the plans are still coming in. They're coming in, I'm getting some in almost daily, but they're not flooding in, but we're still going. We still got plenty to do. So that's about it.
Very good. Thank you, Dave. Any questions for Dave? Anyone have anything? All right. First of all, before we get into the water, I would like to, I probably should have done this during announcements, but I forgot. So I'd like to bring up Derek Spillak. We were lucky enough to hire a new DPW maintenance supervisor, Derek Spillak. Derek has been actually taking care of the township now for, 4 years?
Yeah, roughly.
Possibly about 4 years, doing a lot of mowing and doing a lot of things like that. Derek wants to bring the entire mowing and taking care of the township and grounds into our township. He's going to take care of that. So we won't have any more contracted out services. This is going to be the start of our DPW, which we badly need. Derek's a perfect guy for it. He's going to sit around because he'll be crucial in the discussion we have about the equipment we're talking about. So I just want to introduce Derek to the board, and he's going to be around. We've put together some online work orders that he can get to every morning. If you see something that's in the township that needs repair or needs fixing, if you email Derek, he'll take care of it. Okay?
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about what we're going to do moving forward and some of the things that I think we can do to improve the township.
Yeah, that's great.
We're super excited to have you.
Super excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay, Derek, we're going to bring you back up when we get to that part, okay? All right, moving on to the water. Well, we got some kind of encouraging news. We were told that the DEQ or Eagle is drafting the approval letter. And they said they were drafting it with there was a few other things we had to take care of. We took care of them the first of the week. They asked for pictures. We sent them to them, and I think we're on the approval. I think we're going to get the approval letter drafted. So I'm guessing maybe 2 more weeks. I'm guessing. Can't tell you for sure. But that's where we're at. But it's encouraging. At least they said they have the letter put together and they're ready to send it up to the flagpole. That's what we're waiting for. So it's good news. Any questions? All right, seeing none, then we're going to close the reports and move on. No unfinished business tonight. We're going to move on to new business. And the first new business we have is the Meadows of Lyon PD that would like to run an extension for 2 years. And I'm going to turn this over to Brian. And Brian, you want to go ahead and open this up, please?
Yep, thank you, John. In March of 2021, the Township Board issued a 2-year extension for this project. It's a 35-unit single-family residential project on the south side of 9 Mile, directly adjacent to Cattails Golf Course. The plan development agreement allows for 2-year extensions. It does not give a limit to the amount of extensions that the township could give. So you have my letter dated February 27th of this year, and I think that there are 3 major steps that the Township Board should consider in granting an extension for this project. Pulte Homes has acquired the project from Irwin Arkin. They are progressing through detailed engineering. The Road Commission has conditionally approved all the road plans for the project, and wetland permits have been received through Eagle. So these things are pretty major steps towards being able to actually put a shovel in the ground for the project. So in addition to that, there continues to be single-family residential projects proposed and successful in this area, namely across the street at Woodlands, which shares some of the obligation to pave 9 Mile, which has been completed for this project. But we continue to see occupancy in Greystone and Hutsfield, as well as interest from other developers in redeveloping the Cattails project that the Township Board has seen and provided comments on. So all things from a planning and zoning perspective lead me to have no objections to this extension. I think it makes sense and would be the reasonable conclusion for the Township Board to reach on this project. So I can take any questions you might have.
Okay, Brian, thank you. Yeah, anybody have any questions for Brian?
No. Nope.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? If not, we can move this thing forward.
Make a motion that we approve the request in AP 23-04 to give the prescribed 2-year extension for the Meadows of Lyon plan development.
I'll support.
Okay, we have a motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
We're going to move on. Consideration of SoCo Social request for approval of a Class C liquor license, which I believe this is the old KG Grill building?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
So included in your board packets tonight was the application for a Class C liquor license for 30712 Lion Center Drive East, which is the old Kensington Grill. We wanted to let you know that the applicant has over 25 years of restaurant and bar experience. When the MLCC was contacted, they reported that there are no current violations or restrictions for either applicant and either of the 2 other restaurant locations currently run. They currently own and operate 2 other businesses located in Brighton, Bourbons and Brighton Bar and Grill, which have been in operation respectively for over 12 and 6 years. It's important to note that the applicants did inquire about purchasing the license from the former owner of the location there, but were denied. It is also important to note that the original license for Kensington Grill was not issued from a Lyon Township quota. It was issued from the city of Pontiac. Therefore, the township is not losing one of their original quota licenses. And the applicants have signed the restriction to transfer the license agreement so that if it is issued, it would be restricted to remain in the township if it didn't stay with them moving forward. So at this time, I would like to invite up the applicants if they'd like to say a few words.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thanks for being so nice. I'm Hannah Filipovich, and this is my brother Lou Lukai. We are very excited because I do live in New Hudson, so it'll be nice to have a place close to home to work and eat at. Our plan is to do a kind of a elevated casual restaurant similar to Brighton Bar and Grill or Bourbons. Just want to give the area and neighboring cities somewhere to, have a business meeting, birthday parties, celebrate anniversaries, all those wonderful things in a very nice casual atmosphere. So we hope to do for our town what we've done for Brighton. They're very appreciative and happy to have us. I don't know. I'm kind of humbled, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. They always express that they're very happy to have us there, and we've drawn so much business to that downtown. On days that we're closed, the town is quiet. So, so that's
Very
it.
true.
And we are very responsible, and hope to continue doing that here. And that's it. We're excited.
Okay.
Excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think we're all excited to have a restaurant continue to be there.
Yeah.
To me, this is a no-brainer, but I'm all for it. So it's up to you guys. Want to say anything? Go ahead. But we'd love to have you here.
We love being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just ate at Bourbon's, and on my way out, had a drink at Brighton Bar and Grill. But I've been at Brighton Bar and Grill many times, and Bourbon's too. But
Hopefully.
and I see you there. It's so funny because I keep seeing you come in the township hall. I go, how do I know her? So I ran and got Amy. I go, Amy, I know that lady. So she told me who you are. I go, oh, I see her at the restaurant. That's why I know who she is.
That's funny. Thank you.
Well, it's even better that you
Couldn't
live
be
here.
more
That's great.
excited.
Okay, somebody'd like to make a motion, move this forward?
I have just one question. How many licenses would this then be left? 6 or 5?
Yeah, there are 5 remaining licenses, so this would move us down to 4
Okay.
through 2030.
Okay.
Well, this is the kind of restaurant we want to attract with our quota license.
Absolutely.
I guess with that, I'll make a motion that we approve the request for SoCo Social for a Class C liquor license from our quota.
Nope.
Support.
All right, we have motion to support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thanks so much.
Well,
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
are excited. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
All right, we're going to move on to the consideration to approve the resolution extending outdoor sales for restaurants and bars. And this is another thing that we just need to do. We need to keep this going.
This is going to be an easy one, too.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer. We just got to keep doing this.
Yeah, John, my only comment is there, can we make this permanent?
Yeah, we are in the process of working with McKenna to make it a permanent ordinance change,
Yeah.
so we should have that to present.
So we'll work on
Is
that.
this should, you said you should keep doing this, and let's hope that this is the last time you have to keep doing this. We'll bring together a permanent ordinance. My associate's already started on that, and I know we'll work with Carol on that, so.
Yeah, I think it really, and this is maybe a quick editorial, I think pre-COVID, when everything changed, there was this kind of hesitation to really release some of this because people didn't know how it would be received or how each of our restaurants might use the ability to have, outdoor areas. And I think that now that we've all become accustomed to it,
And we all love it.
Right. People will go sit outside in January around a heater because that's what you did just to get out, but then you didn't have an opportunity to do it kind of in an indoor setting. So I think it's sort of changed a bit and, for the better. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-08, extending temporary outdoor sales for restaurants and bars.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Perfect. Okay, we're going to move on to the last item of business. It's the discussion for new equipment. Derek has been, you want to come up, Derek? Because we'll kind of go through this a little bit. As you know, we have a very large hill up here on the park side that takes a certain piece of equipment to do that. But Derek has been actually mowing that the last year with this tractor called Ventrac, and it does just an amazing job at a very quick pace. And in this Ventrac, it also has the ability for different applications. We could put blade on it to push the sidewalks, which Derek's also going to take over, the sidewalk maintenance projects that we have. And next year, we hope to maintain the snowfalls on our sidewalks. And this particular tractor would help us do that. He also believes we need a X-Mark, a larger X-Mark than we have. We have a very small X-Mark. He came across with a 20-foot enclosed trailer because we have a limited barn capacity to hold our equipment. So he would use the trailer not only as a quick couple to in the mornings to go out and get this stuff done, but also as a garage for the equipment when it's not being used, so we don't take up the barn space. We can use that for other things. He also came up with a fantastic idea, and he asked me when he first got here, is why doesn't the township own a dump truck? We need a dump truck. He wants to mulch these roundabouts, and he wants to put flowers here. He wants to clean up the township, and I couldn't answer him. He said that. So he came up with hoping to get a dump truck. He's got a various amount of lawn maintenance tools, weed whackers, things like that he's going to need. And he came up with a number with the dump truck and a plow. And Sean and I had a few conversations about the truck being not real easy to find or get.
Absolutely.
And very expensive right now.
Yes.
They're
very expensive.
Short supply. Yeah.
Yeah, so Derek come up with a total price to get us on the right thing of about $175,000. That puts us in dump trucks, this special machine. And you can talk about that machine, Derek, because I don't know much about it. But Ventrac.
Yeah, so the machine's very cool. It's a compact, very light tractor. Has dual wheels on each corner, giving it a very light footprint. Where up there on the hill, there's tons of low line, saturated areas that you can't just take a regular tractor on. You can, but you'll rut it, you'll get stuck, things like that. I've talked to guys that have worked up there in the past with various pieces of equipment before I bought the piece I did to do it years ago when I was, the contractor for it. So this piece of equipment's tried and true, it works great, and we can put all kinds of different attachments on it eventually down the road. We can put a blower on it to run down the walking trail and things like that, to blow the leaves. It's a great piece of equipment. I think it's very versatile and something we could use.
And I think we all had the thoughts of getting a maintenance department back in place. So we absolutely need it. The phone calls that we fielded about the sidewalks this year was amazing because they were snow covered. They were along the main roads, and we found out that is our responsibility once we start clearing them, we have to continue to clear them, the ones along the main roads. So we've been getting a lot of calls. Now, he's going to have to start walking the sidewalks, because we're also liable for trip hazards, flags of concrete that are heaving. And I'm not talking on the interior, I'm talking about the exterior, along the main roads. So he's going to take that upon himself. He's already started doing a lot of things that we've had Anthony do, pressure checks, going out and doing pressure checks. He's taken that on. But this equipment that he needs will get us to bring all mowing in-house. Whereas we've contracted the majority, we've done a little bit of mowing in-house. This year we're going to do it all in-house. So it's quite a large savings for us. Plus, he's going to take, it's going to look great.
And I want to mention that it's just not all coming out of the general fund.
Yeah, this
Parts of it will come out of the DDA, because he's going to be taking care of the sewer plant, the water plant, and the general fund. So that will be divided amongst, we'll talk to Raina for the proper division of it, but.
We do have somebody else that will cut grass with him, right?
Right now, we have a person, but we would like to hire another person.
We do want to hire another person,
At least
too.
seasonal help, too, because
Yep.
there's just no way that
See, isn't that what I said?
Yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely.
too much
Yeah.
for...
But we'll work on that, we'll bring that back to the board.
Yeah, we're working on that. This is just a good start. Now, Derek told me he could do this thing hands-on by himself, but that's not what we want. We want to build this DPW from the ground up. This is a grassroots start for us, and he's going to have to build it all. So we will need more guys. We probably need more equipment down the road, but he's going to take care of it this year, and we're going to go from there. We may need a person. We're going to talk about that. He's only been on a few days, so we're still talking. He's already come up with a lot of good ideas. But we thought we'd bring this to you because, for one, the tractor is going to take us a while to get that. The mower is going to take us a while. I think he found a pretty nice enclosed trailer that we could get pretty quickly. But other than that, this other stuff may take us a while. The dump truck, I have no idea when we could get that.
So the dump truck, trailer, and the mower, and then some more minor tools, that's what you're after. But the truck with like a V-Boss plow on it, and a spreader, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna
absolutely.
bulk salt.
Yeah, put a 2-yard V-salter in the bed of it or something like that.
Yeah.
And again, this 175 that he came up with was a ballpark. He was going around and looking at he got some municipality pricing on a lot of this stuff.
And that's even
no
harder to
tax.
find.
Yeah,
Right.
Xmark gives great municipal pricing. The Ventrac was pretty good. Trailer, not so much.
Yeah, the trucks, they're terrible. There is like no municipal pricing for those trucks right now. But that dump truck alone, even for a regular cab, is going to be somewhere between $110,000 and $120,000 with the plow. Believe it or not, with the plow.
I believe it.
It's just, and it's going to be months to get it, but it'll last a really long
you gotta
time.
order
And it'll
it.
be built for for that use instead of.
But the other thing, the first thing that Derek brought, he says, look, he goes, if we get this trailer, we get this truck. He's already started working on our logo for the sides. He's going to put the big billboard on the trailer. It's going to bring us to the next step. This is really exciting because we haven't had this.
I think it'll look a lot better, a lot more professional when it's out on the road instead of open trailer with mowers rolling around on it. Everything will be enclosed, have the Lyon Township logo on it, put grounds maintenance division, and just have it look really professional. And I'll be allowed more time here on the grounds I think everything already does look great, but I think it can look a heck of a lot better.
And John will be able to make use of the 2 tractors we have because we're going to have 2 or 3 people, so we'll still be able to use those. Add this new one, so we'll have a few, so we got backups and.
In different areas, different tractors, different areas.
In one of our tractors we bought a couple of years ago has got a cab on it that can push snow too.
It does, and we still use it.
Smaller one, maybe this one you're talking about is a little bigger.
Yeah, it's still a compact, but you can put a lot, it's similar, the attachments you can put on it, but you couldn't take that machine up on that hill. You just sink it the first thing and we'd be calling tow trucks to dig it out.
I guess I just like the fact that we've got, we're not relying on one lawnmower. We've got a couple, we need to add another one that's going to be kind of more efficient. And we're going to have a few people, so.
And I didn't mean to spring this on because it's at the last minute, but we're running out of time.
Yeah, it's very time
It's taking us
sensitive.
forever to get these things
If we don't
ordered.
order it, we're going to be behind, and we don't want to do that.
Now, he wants to hit the ground when the mowing starts and get it done.
Well, the nice part is too, we looked at the budget and I'm pretty sure it was spreading it out that we did account for all these
Yeah,
items
I
in
think we
every
did,
one.
yeah.
So, but we still just wanted to make you aware.
Yeah, I
We don't-
think you're right, Michelle, because we adjusted like all the mowing throughout each department too. if I
We
recall.
did.
And they did clean
And Sean,
that
you took my question, but yeah, I just pulled up the old tractor one, so we still have those, and this is supplemented, so we do have backups.
Yes.
And since now once the purchase goes through for the Huron Valley Trail, we can zip down there too and mow that.
We do. We actually do.
Yeah, no,
we
we
do
do
now.
now, but now we can.
Yep.
Well, and there's other things with this tractor. It's going to be a rough cut deck. So when things get overgrown, or we could even go further back on that trail, where now the mowers we have, like the John Deere and the smaller Exmark, they're finish mowers, so you can't take them and you'll just destroy it. Where this thing we can use in like wetland areas, we can use it all over. I'll find so many uses for this thing. Plus, you have to have it for the hill.
Yeah.
And then I appreciate the seasonal help too, just so, weeding and stuff in the roundabout
Yes.
centers has
Yeah.
always been a challenge.
Yeah.
And one other thing, and if I failed to tell you guys, it's just because I forgot about it, but the courts have allowed us to use community service people every Tuesday. And they'll give us up to, I think it's 12 people.
Yeah, and the most you've had so far were 8.
Yeah.
But there's tons of summer work
But
for
we
them
need
to do.
somebody that can actually get that put together, what they're going to do, bring them in, aim them into places, and get that stuff done. So he's really happy about that. So every Tuesday, that's throughout the winter, summer, all the time, we're going to get up to possibly 12 people, but... like
And
I
as
said,
you were saying, the weeding of the roundabouts, and I'm looking at trash around the ring road, weeding of the roundabouts. I mean, there's just so many things that I would find for them to do.
And I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, we had the roundabouts had a lot of grass growing up in the sidewalks around it. Derek was the one that actually come in and round up all them sidewalks, got rid of the grass. He's only had the roundabouts last year, I think.
Yes,
was his
the
first
interior.
year he worked on them, and they've never looked better. I mean, he's taking good care of them, and
If you could just get people to stop jumping the roundabouts in
Yeah.
the car.
So that's going to be the problem. That is the huge problem I see.
Running through them.
So John, is your thought that you get pricing together for next month, for action next month?
I think so.
So we have pricing for the tractors, and that's my biggest concern is getting the order in for those immediately. And we have actual quotes. I sent them over to John, and I believe.
Yeah, I
If
just
you're using the municipal purchasing, then I don't know that you're gonna.
I
that's
can't
the
get a
basic
better
price.
number.
I mean, it's like using state.
So that tractor, Derek got a number on it, was $35,964.
And that's
That's
with
for
the
that tractor.
attachment we need, set up the way we need it. And from moving forward, we can add anything we want to it. But as of right now, it comes with the rough cut mowing deck for doing the top of the hill.
So that would not include a plow attachment?
Doesn't include any attachments other than the rough cut deck.
Is there any advantage to ordering any of those things that we know we probably will want at the same time?
Not really. Yep, same price anytime. And we can, and the cool thing about that is once I get in here and see some of the stuff, we can come back with, hey, I think we should get this, or things like that.
So that was, let's just say, that one rounded out about 36 grand. You had an Exmark commercial mower here, and was that 2 or 1?
That was 1.
Yeah,
With
they-
a bagger attachment for fall cleanups at the
Because the
cemeteries.
bagger we never had before, and that's
Never had
from the cemeteries and the things like that that have a lot of leaves that drop, and he does a good job clearing that up. But that Exmark mower was listing out at 17.7 with the bagger.
So we're looking at 2 mowers right now?
This is
Yeah,
only-
so we're looking at the Ventrac tractor for the top of the hill, and then we're looking at everyday run-of-the-mill Exmark 60-inch commercial mower.
We only have an Exmark 36-inch. It's very
36?
small. Yeah.
I believe it's a 48.
Is it a 40?
I believe. I've never.
It's small.
Yeah, it's small.
And I think we got that to try to get around the ring roads and the trees that
Yes.
were there. You know. So that's why we have that, but that's too small.
Yeah, the 60
Actually
we can
get
use
over-
everywhere, on Township Hall, Ring Road, everywhere. except the top of the hill.
Yeah. So that's like 18 grand, and that's where that number come from. He had gotten a price on a 20-foot enclosed trailer that was a high-end enclosed trailer. This wasn't the average, what did you call it?
It's a Sure Track trailer. They're well built. It's a Landscape Pro. It's built for the industry, in and out all day, multiple times a day. Where the other enclosed trailers you see are car haulers or equipment trailers that, you know, they're just not made to in and out all day. You'll just go through them.
And that listed out at $17,500, which has really went up from the years from before. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
all this stuff is going up.
After COVID, they went up 50, 60%.
And then he estimated the 3-yard dump, which we found out might be a little more than that, at 100 grand. So that's, and then so the miscellaneous tools at about 3,300, and that's where we come up with the 175. That's how that we got to that number. Okay.
And the tractors are prices. We have quotes on them, and it's municipal pricing. Like you said, I don't think we're going to find a better price anywhere else, and that's all through Weingart's, reputable dealer. Warranties, 0 downtime, things like that. Something breaks, we take it up. If they can't fix it, they give us a loaner for free. And those are quotes, and I was just informed we have to act on them if we want to get them in time.
So if we're gonna buy another Exmark, can we trade ours in? Will they take ours?
So
We
were gonna see where we were at on everything and look into either selling, because I think, and I was gonna talk to Patty about how we would go about selling some things we didn't need. As of right now, we were talking about backups and things like that, because we'll use the 48 that township currently owns and the new 60 for everyday mowing. We'll use them, and then if the 48 we don't need it anymore, if we find out we don't need it anymore, we'll look into selling that. And then same with the John Deere. There's certain areas in the park that we can use that John Deere, and if we get the help and if we have the guys, we can run all this stuff.
I was kind of thinking you put 1 foot in each mower.
That too. I mean, I'm good, but I don't know if I'm that good. I'll give it a try.
Well, John, what do you want to do? What are your thoughts?
I would like to get this stuff ordered, so we can hit the ground running. We do have the budgets for it. Like I said, we spread it out. I remember the conversation we had in there. Why do we want to put 100,000? Remember that conversation? Well, it was good that we did now, because this becomes a capital improvement for the township. So it's good stuff. And I think we put a couple places in some different budgets for that. We put some.
did.
Yeah, and I think we have more than we need.
We have it in
To make this
sewer,
work.
water, DDA,
Would it
general.
work if we went ahead with the mowers and things that we know we have solid quotes on now, and then come back with some more information on like the dump truck?
The dump truck is the only thing we don't have a solid quote on.
Well,
right?
and I think we should buy the trailer too, or else you have nothing. We have no.
That's
I would be
correct.
in favor of buying the mowers and the trailer. You already have a truck to tow it around.
Yes. Yep.
We
There's
did-
a truck to use for
But you're
now.
never gonna, unless you get lucky and someone doesn't pick one up. I mean, it's gonna be months getting that
Right.
dump truck, and that's gonna be more than half the cost anyway. So we work on the specs for that. But
Yeah, no, we do have a truck to
Yeah,
pull this
we have a
around
truck
for
to
now.
pull up we can use.
If we had the trailer and the mowers, we could get this thing done. And, you know, I think Derek's idea of the dump truck was just to have a truck that we could clean up things. We could bring mulch in ourselves. We could, you know, work it out like that.
would for sure be good to have it going into next winter. I mean, if let's say it takes
Absolutely.
6 or 7 months to get into the fall and winter, it'd be good to have it.
Absolutely.
And it could take.
But this would give us an opportunity, right, to get some quotes and maybe look around to see where it's at, bring it back here. And, you know, I think that'd be a great thing.
Yeah, and Robert was saying we have the quotes on the trailer, the stuff we need to hit the ground running as soon as, May 1st hits.
Yeah, that's my only fear of waiting another 30 days. It's going to be really tough because we're going to be cutting grass by the May meeting for sure.
That's what I'm
We'll
worried
be cutting
about.
grass in April.
Absolutely.
It's dry enough.
April 15th is what we shoot for. So I was just hoping to get the equipment sooner than later and get everything set up, get the trailer set up, and
Well, I just really quick before we even do that, you may know off the top of your head, I mean, we have to spend 6 figures every year cutting grass, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Spend over $100,000 a year
We do.
cutting grass, and we're paying that out, contracting that out between the DDA and the general fund and all the various funds. So I mean, if we're doing this internally, it sounds like a lot of money is being spent tonight, but the money's already being spent. We're going to make capital purchases this year. They're going to then, over the course of the next few years, really pay for themselves. So.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
But here's the other thing: is you're talking about the six figures that we're paying out. Okay, that was having Derek one day a week for 6 or 7 months. Now he's here 5 days a week for the year. So this place is really going to take shape.
Yeah, I mean, the grass cutting we have is going to take several days a week. It's going to take a few days a week to cut all the grass. And then
Absolutely,
you start over the
absolutely.
next week.
Unless we get the right guys in place,
Right.
and we'll.
But you've been doing it. It's what you usually do.
Oh, yeah, I've done it.
You did most of the cutting.
I did about 80%, 85% of the township's lawn maintenance last season with 2 guys, and I was on it roughly a day and a half with 2 guys. I mean, that's going. Everything looked great, but that's hustling, going. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
So then are we thinking the frequency is going to be, I guess, more frequent? That's a terrible way to put it. But like, like down here on Valley Trail, and I know at the park too, I think we would only typically hit it a couple of times a summer, so at least.
yeah, so the park was monthly.
Yep.
We did that monthly, and there was a big issue around Kite Fest last year, and we had to cut it twice in a month. Where now, if we have the stuff in-house and we have the time before Kite Fest, we can get up there with the rough cut mower and then maybe try getting some finish cuts once I know the outline and just make it really shine this year for Kite Fest.
That'd be great, yeah.
So John, I'll ask the same
Yeah.
question that
Go
Sean
ahead.
had asked. What is it that you want to for sure do tonight? Because I think it
Well, I
sounds
think
like
if-
everybody's on board, and let's just
Yeah, no.
move forward.
Well, I think if the only thing that we want to take out of this, the only part he had in there was $100,000 for a dump truck,
Yes,
right?
and that was not an accurate quote. That
So
was
if we
just-
eliminate that, we're at $75,000 to get everything that he needs as far as trailers, mowers, all that.
So that covers the tractor, the additional X-Mark, the miscellaneous tools,
Yep.
and the trailer.
Yep.
Is that a motion?
Sounds like one to me, Robert.
Sure, why not?
I'll support it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion and support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I think it's gonna be
We'll get
great,
that
guys.
stuff done. All right, well, that looks like that concludes our meeting for tonight. All the new business is finished. Any other comments before we close? All right, then I'm going to consider this meeting adjourned. Thank you all.